if I was the mayor, what are the top changes that I would make? First of all, if I were mayor, I would only be a one-term mayor. I would address a number of issues that I think are very, very important that would ruffle a lot of feathers. One of the issues that I haven't talked about that I'd like to talk about is, one of the problems that we have is we don't have enough money to have the kind of police force that we need and deserve to have. And we don't have enough money to provide the social services that we need to have to make a material change in the crime issues. And I'll talk about that in a little bit. We don't have enough money to fix the streets. We don't have enough money to fix the sewage and drainage problems. And that is a function of an archaic tax structure. We have, I think it was a few years ago, I don't know what the dynamics are now, but it's my understanding that only about 15% of the homes in New Orleans pay real estate taxes, pay property taxes because of the homestead exemption. We have major tax-exempt organizations who own real estate, tremendous amount of real estate, whose function for that real estate the function of the real estate is for profit. Parking lots, restaurants, office buildings, galleries, that because they're owned by tax-exempt not-for-profits, they have been removed from our tax rolls. So as a result, we have a woefully inadequate tax base. I would change that immediately. Either they would be brought in to the system and assessed based upon the use of the property. If it's a church owns property and it's used for a church, keep that exempt. But if a church owns property and they're using it, renting it out to a gas station, that should be taxed at the same rate as Joe and Sally Blow, who own a gas station, how they're taxed. That would create a vast amount of additional funds. It could be a surtax or surcharge we put on every single parcel so that everybody is paying something, creating enough money so that we can, and with that pool of money, the first thing that I would do is I would get an adequate size, adequate trained police force, give our policemen living wages as opposed to what they're going through now. And I would also implement a program that, as I appreciate other communities are doing, identifying the hardcore criminals. It's my understanding that about 60% of our crime is caused by less than 1% of our population. That's 3,000 people. Go out and identify those people, just like what was done by the military and the intelligence agencies during the Iraqi and Afghanistan wars. And you do one of two things. You get these 3,000 people, you sit down with them and you tell them, you're either going to be part of the community, and if you choose to do that, we will educate you, we will give the social services that you need and see that you get a job and you start to contribute positively to the community, or else we're going to lock you up and take you far away. You're not going to be in Louisiana. You're going to be moved to who knows where in Oklahoma or in Idaho or wherever. You're not going to be with your buddies, and you're going to go away for a long time. This, as I understand, is what we did during the surge of the Iraqi and Afghanistan war, and it was extremely effective. I think that a commitment to that, using those social services, and law enforcement would be very, very effective. Just think of it. If we could eliminate 60% of our crime by reallocating resources, the ripple effect that would have would be fantastic.